Welcome to the 508 Power Hour, a fantasy football podcast like no other. And here are your hosts, Fran Baldino and Dave Preventure.
It is Wednesday, September 16th, 2020, episode 2. Fran, feels good to have football back.
Oh man, Dave, does it feel good? So, we're going to highlight week 1. We're going to start with NFL. We're going to jump right from the NFL recap right to our Fantasy 508 Association recap.
Sir.
So, September 10th, last week, NFL kickoff, we had the Super Bowl champ, Kansas City Chiefs, come out. 34-20 victory over the Houston Texans. Dave, before you say anything, I got to tell you, I am out on CEH.
Yeah. I mean, the goal line touches were not good. 0 for 6, I believe.
Goal line touches. It leads the league in the rushing yards already, week 1, on top of the leaderboard.
I mean, he's close to Benny Snell, too, so that's not saying much.
Yeah. So we go into Sunday. We had the Raiders 34, Panthers 30.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders look really good.
They did. Josh Jacobs went off.
Yeah, that was 3 touchdowns, 94 yards.
Yeah, he was my stardom last week, so hit that one right on the head. We had the Washington football team, shockingly, 27 to Philly 17.
Yeah, Philly's garbage. I mean, ever since Nick Foles left, Carson Wentz, that injured, what he tear his ACL, I believe.
Yeah, the ACL injury.
So I don't think he's ever going to be the same since that almost MVP season he had.
We had Seattle 38, Atlanta 25.
That was Russell Wilson had one of the best games I've ever seen.
It's the best game he's ever played in his career.
4 touchdowns. What was
4
it? 350.
Touchdowns. Yeah, 35, 38 passing. It's unbelievable.
And DK Metcalf looks even better than he did last year. So it's going to be
Metcalf
an exciting
looks good.
season
Lockett
for the
looks
Seahawks.
good. Carson actually received very well out of the backfield.
Yeah, I mean he didn't rush that well though.
Yeah. Go over to Buffalo. We had Bills 27, Jets 17.
Josh Allen ran the ball.
Josh Allen's winning the MVP this year.
No, he's not. But
he's winning the MVP.
He's not. But he's a good quarterback, and he's young as hell. So
it just keep doubting Josh Allen.
I don't doubt him, Fran. I said he's a good quarterback, but he's just not MVP.
I got a nice list for you, Dave. So, how many quarterbacks do you think in NFL history have thrown 95% completion percentage and 3 touchdowns?
Fran, I gotta say maybe what? Let's go 3.
Dave. None other than 6th round draft pick Gardner Minshew.
Mustache Minshew threw for 95%. What was he, 19 for 20?
Yeah, that's 19 for 20.
Insane. He beat
3 touchdowns.
My Indianapolis Colts. It's okay.
Jaguars 27, Indianapolis 20.
Yeah, it was if you watch that game, it was Colts from the first half, and then Minshew Magic came out and absolutely went off.
They're tanking, right? Minshew says no. Minshew Magic is back.
You got to keep an eye on that running back, James Robinson.
Robinson's nice.
He had 63 yards, and I think a 28-yard catch.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Go over to Detroit. We had Chicago 27, Detroit 23.
Yeah, Chicago is bad, but Detroit is worse.
Matt Patricia does not deserve a job in the NFL.
No, he should have been
not a head coaching job at least.
Did you hear what he said in that press conference?
Yeah,
he got asked.
He's taking credit for that one.
Yeah,
now?
he got asked a question about his defensive scheme towards the end of the game, and he said, "I think I had one of the best defensive plays, if not the best defensive play in the NFL history, with the Malcolm Butler interception." Which, I mean, he's not wrong, but you can't be saying that when, I mean, this guy's blown fourth quarter leads for the past 2 years in Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he's on the hot seat, man. I don't see Patricia even making it throughout the entire season. No. I was high on the Lions. I love Matt Stafford. I love Galladay when he's there. I mean, Patricia came in as a defensive coordinator from New England.
Right.
One of the best defenses in the league to go be the head coach. The Lions' defense has struggled every single year.
Yeah, well, you think that was just Belichick in New England?
That more every day. It looks like it's all Belichick. I mean,
they look pretty good against Miami this week.
Yeah,
was it 21-11?
Speaking of that one, New England 21, Miami 11.
Cam Newton is back. Let's get it, brother.
Man, I
2 rushing touchdowns. Come on.
He was as fast. I think it was the fastest he's ran 3 years, I believe.
Yeah.
On one of his rushing touchdowns.
He looks clean. That hair looks crazy, and I'm excited for that New England team.
Let's just see if they can start throwing the ball a little more. Lamar Jackson, man, that kid's good. Ravens went up early, finished that one off. They won 38-6 against Cleveland.
Baker Mayfield's still garbage. I don't expect him to last after this year.
I hate it, man. I had such high hopes for Baker, and
he can't play.
Every game, it looks like he's just falling into that Cleveland quarterback, like that long jersey you used to see in the store.
I mean, he's getting shit on just like all the other Browns. It's crazy.
Odell can't seem to find any spark like he used to in New York.
No,
it's not good.
Odell, tough guy.
Yeah,
tough stories.
So we have the Packers 43, Vikings 34.
That was Aaron Rodgers' revenge game on everyone that's doubted him, including Green Bay's organization.
Including me.
Yeah.
Including me. I didn't think Rodgers was going to step up like that.
No, he went off. Devontae Adams was huge for them. What was he had? 14 catches on 17 targets, 2 touchdowns.
50 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Ridiculous. That's going to happen all year, though.
Minnesota's defense was completely gutted. I overlooked their defense. I thought they were going to be a lot better.
No, it's not the same defense as last year.
Let's just hope they can somehow get back together mid-season. I mean, no preseason this year. They haven't played together all year, so let's hope they find the chemistry. I mean, Minnesota looked real bad.
Kirk Cousins is willing to die out there, so I'm sure they'll get some wins.
He is. Cousins, man. So then we had Cincinnati. I mean, the Bengals are going to bangle.
Randy Bullock sucks, and he faked an injury. He faked an injury.
No, his left the quad.
Dude, he was grabbing. No, he was grabbing the wrong calf that he said tightened up. He's an idiot.
Yeah, you missed that field goal. I mean, that's the thing. You have your rookie quarterback, Joe Burrow, Mr. Heisman himself.
He had a sick drive to get that field goal, too.
You put it to Bullock.
AJ Green with the offensive
Randy
pass
Bullock
interference was
kicker,
tough.
too. Randy Bullock is a good kicker.
Oh, yeah. Career-wise, he's all right.
That's classic Bengals fashion. They lost 16-13 to the Chargers.
And the Chargers don't look great with Tyrod either. That defense only kept them in it.
My game of the week last week, we had the Saints against the Bucs. Saints won 34-23.
Tom Brady looked awful, Fran. I'm not going to lie.
Terrible, man. System quarterback. He's a system quarterback. I've said it the whole time.
It's tough. It's tough to judge Brady versus Belichick because Brady, you have to judge him without Belichick as a 42-year-old. What is he? 42, 43, and
44 maybe.
Belichick, you still have him in his prime. He's a great coach still. So I mean, Tom Brady, it was a tough outing for him on Sunday.
I don't count the Bucs out yet, but after that one, that's a frustrating loss.
They'll get it together, definitely. I mean, you got Tom Brady. Can't count out the best of all time. But
then
is he over the hill?
I mean, I say yes. How about Gronk, though?
Dude, what do you have, one catch?
He looks like he's 62 years old.
Everyone's saying he looked great in practice.
He can't even run fast anymore.
He looked great.
That's the thing. Arians came out and said that Gronk looks like he's prime. Gronk looks like he's 26, 27 years old.
See, Arians said Brady didn't have enough grit.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dumpster fire.
I don't know what happened, man. Brady looked like Brady in practice. I go out there in the game. We prepared for everything. Brady did not look like Brady.
And Chris Godwin, he's got a concussion protocol now.
So. That's weird, though. I mean, you go Monday and Tuesday and you don't hear anything about it.
Yeah, it's like they hit it.
And it pops up today on a Wednesday.
That's that TB12 diet right there. Right?
Yeah.
He knows what's going on.
He needs that concussion water.
Shout out Russell Wilson. Mr. Unlimited.
Let's go over to San Francisco. We had the Cardinals 24. Niners
what a
20.
shocker, huh?
I didn't expect it.
I don't like Jimmy G looks bad. Yeah, I don't think he can throw the ball that well. They got to stick to that run and stick to that defense.
Kittle getting hurt
is huge and
was massive. I mean,
they have no wide receivers as it is right now.
No. Kittle looked like he was on the way to a normal Kittle performance. Yep. He hurt his knee late in the first half. I mean, he only missed one snap after the injury.
Right,
but he didn't get a target.
I mean, the Niners also they dropped a late touchdown to Kendrick Bourne. Jimmy G just underthrew him completely,
again,
which is exactly.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. So the Niners got to figure something out.
Then jump over to Sunday Night Football. We had the Rams 20, Cowboys 17.
Dallas is the same old Dallas, Fran.
Every time. I don't know how many times you can hype the Cowboys.
You got Jerry Jones making all those play calls. Because if you have Mike McCarthy and what do you have, 17 points?
17. Yep.
With Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb, it's ridiculous.
It's gross. I mean, you hype that Cowboys team up. You can say that's your NFC pick. They're winning the Super Bowl. They're winning the. Who even knows if they're going to win the division?
I mean, Dak Prescott's going to leave, and they're going to be stuck at the same old Cowboys for the next 10 years.
Exactly. What do you think of those Rams jerseys?
Sick.
I love them.
Sick.
Those helmets are sick.
And that turf is fast.
That logo is disgusting, but those jerseys,
the
off-white, gray, bone white, whatever they call it,
it's clean
with the yellow and the blue.
Jared Goff looks like an all-pro.
Jalen Ramsey looks like he's a highest-paid cornerback.
I mean, he is.
Exactly. So, let's go. Monday night we had Pittsburgh 26, New York Giants 16.
Giants suck. Saquon sucks.
I think Pittsburgh's just that good, man.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's defense is still. I mean, last year they brought them almost to the playoffs with Mason Rudolph as your quarterback
and Duck Hodges.
Duck Hodges, yeah, who's on the practice squad now. So I mean,
that's the thing with the Giants. Though I mean, Saquon's getting the ball 4 yards in the backfield, and it's not like he's getting tackled by just one Steelers defender.
Big Ben outrushed Saquon Barkley week 1.
That's what I'm saying, though. So Saquon gets the ball 4 yards back in the backfield.
Right.
He's not getting tackled by one defender. There's 6, 7
especially
Steelers
when
defenders.
When you're going against the Steelers, it's ridiculous. Devin Bush is sick.
I didn't think the defense was going to be that good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was surprising in itself.
The offense still, for the Steelers, I mean, it's rusty with Big Ben coming out there. But
Big Ben's back.
He's hurt, so he's back. You know what I mean? He's limping around.
Ben is back.
He's back.
Then the last final game was late Monday night. We had the Titans. Should have blown them out, but that
was a boring game, and
it was terrible.
It was missed field goal after missed field goal after missed field goal.
Tennessee 16, Denver 14.
Gostkowski almost lost his job on the field, and then he redeemed himself with the win. I mean, he missed 2 extra points.
He was hurt last year in New England.
His hip surgery, I think it did a lot more than he thinks it did. I think he should call it. But
he missed 3 field goals,
and they were chip shots.
Yeah,
straight chip shots. One was a block. One got fingertipped, but I mean, at the end of the day, you can't. If you're Gostkowski, where you have 2 Super Bowl rings, or does he have 3?
3.
You can't be missing those kicks, and you're still trying to have a job.
Yeah.
You're gonna get cut. Vrabel doesn't play those games.
I mean, you're getting paid to kick a field goal, and you're not.
Tennessee's biggest problem last year was getting a field goal kicker. They haven't had a good field goal kicker for the past 2-3 years, and that's just showing to screw them. They almost lost that game because of it.
So that's it for NFL recap week 1. Let's see how week 2 is. Hopefully it's not as wacky as week 1. We're gonna.
It's good to have football back, though.
Oh, it's great.
100%.
We're gonna jump over to 508 Association recap of week 1. We're gonna start with our
shitty week.
Our weekly high was straight cash homie. He had 132. He beat our number 1 in our power rankings, Armageddon, for 7. He beat him by 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
Beat him by 9 points.
I totally overlooked Bryce's team. I mean, he's got Derrick Henry, Devontae Adams, and Josh Allen, who is sick in fantasy right now. So
I mean, Devontae Adams just he did everything you need out of him. He
probably had the best week he's going to have this year.
But
I wouldn't put that past him to have another 10-plus catch game, 120-plus yards.
Exactly. And for Bryce to come in and beat Armageddon Nate for week 1.
That made Nate salty. You know that. Nate
that's the worst part. Nate's been telling me the whole time he's a tight end away from a Super Bowl.
He started Johnny Smith, man. He wins that, I think.
Tight end, yeah, he does. he wins by 2 points.
That sucks, Nate. That sucks.
So like Dave said, Nate we had you number 1. Dave sat here and said, I know what you do. I know how you play the waiver wire. I know how you play your team.
You did exactly what you did, man. You lost your game yourself. That sucks.
We had Sweaty Punt, 116, Scorpio 90.
Yeah,
I mean, good game there.
Yeah, no, that was a trash game.
That's Brady, though. Scorpio's got Brady as a quarterback. I mean,
and he has James Conner, who went down.
Yeah. Yep,
did nothing.
We had Chubby Hunters lose 86, tank for Trevor.
Which
122.
All right, Romano's out there. He's talking a lot of talk, saying he should be higher in the power rankings. And I hear you, Romano. I hear you. You just got to go through me this week, and then we'll talk about your real rank.
I mean, I think his first pick was 62.
But if you look at his team, Jameson Crowder's a beast.
Yeah, Crowder's
Sammy Watkins looks like he can be pretty good in that Chiefs offense.
Week 1, Sammy Watkins.
You're right. You can't. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Travis Kelce's always there. That's always going to be a stardom.
Tyreek Hill. So then we go over to SJ Knights, 120. Suck my fits, 115. So Mills, I mean, we have him 18th. He's staying 18th.
He could have won that game if Saquon did something.
Exactly. I mean, he only lost by 5 points. Shocking. He had Slayton Monday night. Slayton came out and balled out for him.
He had like a 45-yard touchdown.
Yeah, he balled out. 2 touchdowns, I believe. So, pour one out for my homies. He had 122 against Team Haas, who had 111.
Yeah, Haas is This team's all it looks like the Dolphins. You know what I mean? It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
It's got a lot of good skilled players, but with that coaching staff, I don't know what they're going to do.
No.
69ers takes the win against Morning Wood, 122 to 116.
That team's scary.
Yeah, they're good. Morning Wood came out of nowhere. They only lost by 6. Honestly. So watch out for him too. But 69ers looking good. If Kamara plays the way he should the rest of the year, they're good. They're scary. Definitely title contender.
No Michael Thomas too, so probably more receptions for Kamara a little bit.
Yeah, Kamara's going to get more work hopefully. We had Discount Belichick 120, the Nation of Domination. Dave, 115. You lost another close game.
It's tough. I can win each week with Aaron Rodgers and Christian McCaffrey alone. I just need one touchdown from someone else.
I agree.
And I didn't get that.
How many touchdowns you get this week?
6.
6 total?
Between 2 players.
Ooh.
Aaron Rodgers and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, that's not...
Yeah, if I had one more, and A.J. Green had an offensive pass interference in the end zone at the end of the game, screwed me. That was a good call. Kendrick Bourne, he got underthrown, screwed me. My kicker, 2 points, screwed me. It's just a bad week. I'll be back.
Nuck if you buck, 124. It hurts when I pee, 95. I didn't think Shane was going to put out that good of a performance.
That team's sick. Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones, I like it.
He's as good as Lamar is, man. Every time he goes out there,
That's true.
Surprising somebody.
He's pretty fucking good. So.
Rated X, 117. Myself, the franchise, 113.
That's tough, Franny.
That's
tough, Franny.
That one hurt. If
3 first-round picks and you got a loss week 1.
I don't have Kenny Galladay. Kittle had 7 points in the first half. Doesn't get anything after that.
Tough. And you might not be with them both this week. George Kittle's supposed to...
He's not practicing all week.
But he's supposed to play on Sunday. It doesn't make sense.
Kittle's a tough guy, but that doesn't really...
I guess they need him for the run, but...
It's weird. I don't know.
Especially a sprained knee, and you're still going to go out there and play. It's ridiculous.
That's the thing. He's not going to practice, so we'll see how he is Sunday. Let's hope. I got to hope he's going to be healthy.
Yeah, I could care less. But
I don't know. I don't think he's playing. I don't think he's going to play.
No,
Galladay didn't practice again today, so that one doesn't help.
And, Marvin Jones, he doesn't benefit from this because he's getting the best cornerback now.
Exactly.
So I as a Marvin Jones owner, I want Galladay back as soon as possible.
Yeah, me too. Galladay is one of the he's a top 10 receiver in the league this year. Top 10 receiver in the league now.
You got a lot of wide receiver drama.
I do. Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson goes on Twitter and Instagram. He goes on Twitter. He's the
deletes everything from the Bears Association.
Pro Bowl wide receiver, Chicago Bears. On Monday, on Tuesday, he's just Pro Bowl wide receiver.
Yeah, and he took everything. Chicago Bears.
Exactly. You had Tariq Cohen tweeting out extend AR.
Yeah, it was.
He deserves to be paid. He's extremely underpaid for how good he actually is.
And that's Mitch's only target that he has that he can go to.
The craziest part about it is Allen Robinson led the entire league last year with 26 contested catches. 26 balls that are contested.
It's just because Mitch throws a shit ball. It goes. He throws it right into the defense.
Look it up, dude. You can look up Allen Robinson highlights, and they're nasty. You look up Mitch Trubisky, Allen Robinson. You can literally get a highlight film.
I am not going to look up Mitch.
You can literally get a highlight film of missed passes, though. He's underthrowing him, overthrowing him. He's throwing it right where
he needs a QB. Maybe send him over to New England. See what he can do there. That'd be great.
He'd still need a QB if he went there.
Former MVP Cam Newton. All right.
Alrighty.
Is that it for 508?
That's it for the 508. Recap. We're gonna highlight some trades. The only trade actually, finally back in the trade market, and our weekly waiver accusations.
Mm-hmm.
So for the trade, I myself traded Ronald Jones. I traded Ronald Jones to Tank for Trevor for Paris Campbell out of Indy.
I like this trade for both of you. Tank for Trevor, he's got Leonard Fournette in his backfield where I think come week 8, Leonard Fournette's going to be that starting job, and he's just going to be taking over there.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Fournette only had 8 snaps week 1.
Yeah, but he just got signed less than 2 weeks ago.
But as a Fournette owner, you got to be frustrated. You
definitely want.
I didn't want anything to do with that Tampa backfield. Ronald Jones led. He got, I think, over 80% of the work this week.
I haven't trusted Ronald. I had him last year, and he underperformed for me. So
yeah, exactly. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm getting out of here.
You got Paris Campbell
Paris
in return,
Campbell.
which is he's going to be a stud for Indianapolis
Let's
this
hope.
season.
I mean,
He was week 1. He did pretty good. I mean, Phillip Rivers, classic Phillip Rivers in the
Exactly.
4th, turning it over. But
I'm just hoping to capitalize on Paris Campbell. He had 9 targets for 6 catches this week. I mean, if he can get 6 to 9 targets a week.
I mean, if he has the same targets as Ty.
He's got the same skill set too. I mean, he can take a 4-yard slant, take that to the house every single time. So let's hope he does it a couple times this year.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just hope he stays healthy. That guy's been hurt the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think you needed some wide receiver help with obviously
With
Galladay out, and you never know what's going to happen to Robinson.
Yep.
And and Romano needed Ronald Jones as that backup.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't really think anyone particularly wins in that trade. I think it helps both our teams out for...
I think you got to wait. You'll see later on who won that trade.
But as of right now, it's a wait and see. It's not like one of those trades where it's like, holy shit, he just got smacked.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
what
there's
is
no
he thinking?
veto talk. There's
Yeah,
nothing
so-
crazy. Everyone just let that go through.
So, what do we got for waivers, Dave? Actually, before we get to our waivers, we're going to explain our waiver wire.
Yeah, it's a little different from your traditional just pick them up on a Wednesday and you get it based on the order and your ranking and when you pick them up last.
So we do a waiver budget. I say the last few years we did $100. It's fake money. I don't say it's just budget. Last few years it was $100, but last year I think only 6 teams actually used 80 of that. So I wanted to make it a little tougher. I knocked it down to 60 this year. So going into week 1 throughout the entire season, you have $60 to bid. It's a blind bid on any waiver. The highest bidder gets it. But you don't earn any more money throughout the year. So
what you
spend
get is
it,
what you
spend it. There's no way you can trade for it. No way you can win more. No way you can lose extra if you're doing something bad. So it's 60 flat out through the whole year. So Dave, what do we got for our biggest waiver accusation?
So, Mr. Mills, suck my fits. He picked up Malcolm Brown for $40.
$40?
Which is, I mean...
$40 out of 60.
Right. So, Cam Akers still plays football. If nobody figured that one out. He's probably going to end up getting that job at some point. Sean McVay loved him in camp, and he loved him drafting him.
Exactly. I mean...
he spent, what was it, 2/3 of his money?
2/3. In week 1.
On a committee running back.
Yeah.
Granted, he had a great week 1.
The worst part about it, though, is you're going at a committee back,
right,
and you're going after the committee back who is supposed to lose the job.
Right.
Like
everyone knows he's going to lose the job.
So
I don't get it.
That's a shocking pick up. I mean,
the second one we got Nyheim Hines for $31, which I mean, it's a good pickup. I like Nyheim Hines a lot. He had 8 catches the first week and a touchdown, and he rushes the ball great too. But I mean, Jonathan Taylor's there, and he's ready to take that job.
That's the thing. Last week I told you guys don't forget about Nyheim Hines. He's literally the James White of the Indianapolis Colts. Right. Phillip Rivers, you maybe would have thought he throws to the running back a lot because of the scheme he had over in LA. That's just Phillip Rivers. He's going to be dumping the ball to the backs a lot.
Check down.
So Marlon Mack being out, I mean,
that's tough. That kid's a good runner. He's probably going to get cut from Indianapolis and find another job somewhere after. Torn Achilles sucks.
We'll see how he bounces back. But I don't say Jonathan Taylor's stock just went through the roof.
Yeah.
If you had Jonathan Taylor, you're waiting for him to slowly take over that starting role. So Mack getting hurt week 1 to excel him into that starting job. Frank Reich has already came out and said he's the starter.
Yeah, the only problem with Jonathan Taylor is he can't catch the ball great. That's his one downside.
Which is exactly why you have Nyheim Hines.
Right, and once, Jonathan Taylor gets that chemistry with Phillip Rivers, Nyheim Hines is going to just slowly produce less. And
How much is Hines?
31, which
31?
It's not bad. He's going to be good for a few weeks, but I don't think Hines is going to have 8 catches every week like he did for week 1. That's just not going to happen. I think T.Y. is going to get the ball more. Campbell is going to get the ball more.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
And then next week, Frank Gore was picked up for $30, half of what we usually do. And that Frank Gore is 57 years old, I believe.
We joked about it last week as well. I mean, we told you stay away from
shit.
Le'Veon Bell because of the Adam Gase fiasco.
No, he's got Frank Gore to mess up.
Frank Gore.
I mean, guy doesn't get injured. He's got the thickest neck of all time. But
it's crazy too because Gore used to be so injury prone early in his career.
Right.
But the last I want
Gore,
to say the last 10 years he hasn't even been hurt.
Gore's Gore's 3 yards every carry.
Yeah.
Like, consistently. But $30 waiver wire. He's a very low-end running back, and I think fantasy in general.
Especially with Le'Veon possibly coming back only 3 weeks from now.
What are you going to do in 3 weeks just have Frank Gore waste $30 on your bench?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not a fan of that one either.
So then next, I picked up Benny Snell for $22. He had a hell of a night on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
He had 113 yards, I think. But the one, I think I spent a little bit of money, but I think there was other people that wanted him.
The thing with Benny Snell is he's the only running back in the entire NFL last week who had 2 carries go over 20 yards.
Yeah, he's
the only one in the entire league.
From Kentucky, the kid's a beast. He runs hard.
He looked a lot better than he did last year.
I think he lost about 20 pounds, and he's just pure muscle now.
Yeah.
And
James Conner came out with an ankle injury.
Mike Tomlin said today he avoided a high ankle, but James Conner's had injury.
I just don't think Conner looked good anyway. Conner may have got banged up. He probably got hurt a little bit.
There was a point
out of the game.
In the first quarter where there was a run to the outside and Conner got -2.
Yeah.
And he looked over to the sideline and was like, "What are you doing?"
Flipping out.
Yeah, he was freaking out. And then Benny Snell came in and took over.
That's the thing though. So Conner maybe got hurt and then comes out and you give Benny Snell the rock and Snell just takes off. He looks phenomenal.
Monday night. James Conner. He has to be a little discouraged right now.
It's scary if you're a James Conner owner.
Mm-hmm. And then I think the last 2 that were big ones, we had Miles Boykin for 12, which it's all right. I don't think he's worth $12. He didn't really do too much in week 1. I like Willie Snead a little bit more there with Marquise Brown and Mark Andrews, so I think Boykin's like the 3 or 4.
Boykin dropped a big touchdown, so
that's always going to hurt. You got Harbaugh as your coach. He doesn't forget those things.
If he earns the trust of Lamar, though, I'm not really turned off by Miles Boykin. Boykin's a big outside receiver. It's going to give you a lot of depth at receiver. Mm-hmm. $12 isn't really much, so it is what it is. It's not a terrible one. And I got Russell Gage for $10, which I think that's an absolute steal. The kid had 9 catches, 110 yards last week. It's crazy. You get also LSU Tiger. You get Russell Gage.
I might drop.
You had Russell Gage, Calvin Ridley, and Julio. They all had 9 catches over 100 yards.
Yeah, Matt Ryan threw for 450 yards, that's some Madden stuff.
But you take those 3 receivers and you're splitting the receptions evenly.
And Russell Gage he's getting.
If you do that every week, that's nasty.
Right, I'll take it. I hope he keeps going. Hopefully, Calvin Ridley or Julio Jones gets an injury, and then I can prosper off it.
Exactly. Gage is very overlooked going into week 1.
Right.
The only reason I honestly knew about the kid was because of LSU.
Yep. He played pretty good last year when Ridley got hurt for the last 2 weeks.
He was an undrafted rookie who was signed by the Saints a couple years ago, didn't do anything in New Orleans, came into Atlanta last year, and he played pretty well filling in for the role when Ridley and
nobody really saw him last year because by the time he was playing, the Falcons were already out of the race. So,
but he's earned the trust of
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. We talked about the 11
BC Eagle.
Talked about the 11 starters on Atlanta. Russell Gage is the only one who's not a first-round pick. So
take it.
I like Gage.
Right there.
All right.
We got in and out next. So, Franny, you in or out on Mitch Trubisky?
Man, Trubisky. I'm out on Trubisky.
No, man. Dude, he had a sick fourth-quarter comeback.
He had a fourth-quarter comeback against the Lions, though.
Yeah, but dude, he was throwing darts, missiles everywhere, hitting targets like a...
I don't know, man. I'm out on Trubisky. It's
that Bears defense with Mitch.
Same old Mitch.
No.
He has that one quarter every game where he looks really good, and then the other 3 quarters, you're like, this dude sucks. I was watching the first quarter of that game. I'm like, I can't wait for Foles to come in. And then 2 hours later, I look at the score.
All right. Hey, first 3 quarters, Mitch does not look good, but that fourth quarter, man, I'm telling you, he might be the best quarterback in football.
All righty, Dave. How about you? Are you in or out on DeAndre Hopkins? Hopkins came into Arizona. Hopkins came into Arizona after 150 targets last year in Houston.
What do you have, 16 targets this week?
16 targets, 14 career high, 14 catches.
It's ridiculous. How do you get a career high when you have Deshaun Watson as your quarterback before that? That's what was going wrong in Houston. They weren't giving the ball to D-Hop.
Yeah, I was worried about Kyler not getting on the same page as Hopkins early.
He was a beast. He threw 1 pick, which Almost screwed him in the end. But, I mean, the kid ran for 91 yards, too.
48% of his passes went to DeAndre Hopkins.
Hey, I mean, they beat the NFC champions.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's it for D-Hop. I like him.
Yeah, I'm in on D-Hop big time. He's going to have a great rest of his career in Arizona. And he got paid big time.
Yeah.
You like Rodgers? Because, I mean, he just showed everyone why he is
I don't know. I mean,
one of the best quarterbacks
if you
in
have
football.
Devontae Adams playing the way Devontae Adams played.
Dude, he had 14 catches on 17
Exactly.
targets.
I mean,
and 2 touchdowns.
he looks so good.
And not only that, I mean, Valdez-Scantling looked good. Lazard looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers doesn't have just that one wide receiver everyone thought he had.
And
he
if
has
they need
a
to
few
run the
studs.
ball, they have Aaron Jones. They
Right.
have A.J.
Yep.
Dillon. So they
Yep.
can give the ball on the
A.J.
ground
Dillon
and
was
balance
a
that offense
beast,
out
too,
when they
in
need
college.
to. I mean, Aaron Rodgers looks like old Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers.
Shut up.
I'm still iffy.
Shut up,
man.
dude.
Like,
He literally... Oh, my God, Fran. You're an idiot.
Adam Gase Jr. is coaching that team.
No.
It's tough to completely buy in on Aaron Rodgers.
Week 1 Aaron Rodgers was sick, and he's just going to keep doing that. Look for
Let's
it.
hope. I mean,
Rodgers will have 7 touchdowns in a game this season. Guaranteed.
I mean, Rodgers.
Guaranteed.
When Rodgers is playing good, he's one of the coolest players to watch. He's
7
so
touchdowns.
fun.
Guaranteed.
So I hope Aaron
I
Rodgers
hope it's
is back.
against when I play you two. That'd be nice. That'd be real nice.
Let's hope. How about Deontay Johnson, Dave?
Oh,
you in or out on Deontay?
I mean, so first thing we saw on Monday night was him fumble. So Deontay, he sucks, Fran. He sucks. Juju's back.
That's crazy.
Big Ben's back. So it's Deontay fumbles the ball. He sucks.
He leads the team in targets. I mean, Deontay comes
Juju
back.
Juju had a nice touchdown.
10 targets, 6 catches. I mean, they got into a rhythm, him and Ben, late in the game.
No, he sucks.
It was tough to watch Deontay fumble that punt.
Right away. I mean, like...
But the thing is, Tom trusts him enough to throw him right back out there. He returned punts the rest of the game. I mean, he didn't look terrible after the second one, which is...
No, dude, that second one... Yeah, that second one, he fell to the ground, bro.
You can't muff a punt and then go back out there and
fall to the ground.
You should submit to one punt.
Yeah, I agree.
That you fall to the ground and make it the safest catch. It's gross.
Deontay, I mean, he's... With Big Ben, there's some upside, but I think Juju and my boy Claypool had a sick grab.
Yeah, he only had 2.
But he had a sick grab on the sidelines.
I agree.
You could never.
Deontay's going to show everyone why he was compared to Antonio Brown as a pro comparison.
Yes, he's going to go psycho and then just totally get cut and then never play again. I agree, Fran.
The thing, again, with Pittsburgh, you look at every Pittsburgh number 2 receiver.
Martavis Bryant.
He was nasty when he was on the field.
But he
Juju Smith when
stay
Brown was
off the weed. He couldn't do it. He could not do it.
You had Juju Smith when Antonio Brown was number 1. Juju went off.
Juju's going off this year, regardless.
He will. So will Deontay Johnson.
No. Charles Claypool.
So what about Nyheim Hines, Dave? You in or out on Hines the rest of the year?
I mean, as a Colts fan, I'm in. But as a fantasy guy, I'm going to be out. Because, I mean, Jonathan Taylor's going to grab that job and he's going to keep it. I think he's going to be the next lead back in Indianapolis for a few years with Marlon Mack getting injured.
Absolutely.
I mean, Hines is always going to have that pass-catching role, but the upside's only Jonathan Taylor's not doing it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Look at James White. You don't start him every week because you never know what's going to go on in that offense.
I'm going to be in on Hines.
I mean, I'll be in on him for the first few weeks.
It looked like they had a plan with Nyheim Hines before Mack got hurt.
Right, because he was still getting the ball before he had that touchdown before Mack even went down.
And before Taylor even played a snap.
Right.
So you go in, they looked like they had a 1-2 punch with Marlon Mack and Nyheim Hines, which was pretty surprising.
I think they're going to make Jonathan Taylor that one and then slowly develop into that pass.
I agree.
I mean, Hines is going to get paid somewhere eventually.
And Hines is going to be that third down back. He's going to be good if it's a PPR league, half PPR league. He's going to be target machine.
Right.
Honestly, I think Nyheim Hines is Austin Eckler 2 years ago with Phillip Rivers. I don't think Melvin Gordon was still there. I'm in on Hines.
I think Jonathan Taylor's going to take it, so I'm still out.
All right.
I am out on Hines.
So we'll be right back, guys. Let's give you a quick word from our sponsor.
Today's episode is sponsored by FatAssGlass.com, a top-ranked online smoke shop for all your smoking and vaporizing needs. Free 2 to 3 day shipping on orders $25 and up with interest-free payment plans available. Use code POWERHOUR for 10% off all purchases. Welcome back to the 508 Power Hour. We're going to give you our stardom and situms for the week. Fran, why don't you start it off with the quarterback?
All right, so my quarterback this week as a stardom is going to be Jimmy G. You got Garoppolo going up against the Jets. The Jets, again, are terrible.
Yeah, Jets suck.
Josh Allen looked really good last week against the Jets.
Josh Allen's a beast, though, man.
The thing with Jimmy G right now is you got to worry about Kittle. If Kittle's not playing, it's going to be tough.
You don't even have Debo. You don't have Ayuk probably. They signed Mohamed Sanu yesterday.
I don't like it.
He has experience with Shanahan.
Yeah.
So you might get something there, but Sanu didn't look too good with the Pats last year, so I don't really know.
Yeah, that's my stardom this week. So. Dave, how about you? What's your start?
I got Jared Goff versus the trash Eagles, who are the dumpster fire of the NFC. They lost to the Washington football team. They don't even have a name, and they let Dwayne Haskins do what Dwayne Haskins does, which isn't much. Mm-hmm. So I think Goff's just going to go off. Robert Woods all day, Cooper Kupp all day, Tyler Higbee all day. And for the situm, I got Carson Wentz versus the Rams. That same team, that same game. I think Carson Wentz sucks. I just do. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's going to be good like he used to be. And this Rams defense looks pretty good. Kept Dallas in check.
Yep. I agree. My situm's going to be Ryan Tannehill. He plays the Jaguars.
He didn't look too great on Monday.
Tannehill sucks, man.
I'm comeback player of the year, Fran. He got paid.
Not good. He can't throw the ball.
No. He really can't.
The one thing with that is Jacksonville's run defense is horrible.
Right.
So you're going to feed Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry might go for 200 yards.
If Vrabel is getting off the bus or the plane or whatever, he's walking into the stadium.
Feed Derrick Henry the ball, yeah.
So it's going to be a Derrick Henry show in Jacksonville.
Which, does anyone else?
Tannehill's not going to be throwing the ball. So you got Corey Davis and A.J. Brown.
Corey Davis had a sick game.
He won't do it again for the rest of the year.
That's stupid. But he will.
He didn't last year. That's the thing.
He will.
I'm sitting Tannehill. For running backs, I'm going to start DeAndre Swift. As crazy as it sounds,
I like AP there, man. He looked great. AP looked like AP.
Exactly. DeAndre Swift, terrible drop.
Big drop. Big drop.
The one thing I like about Swift is he drops that pass. He has his team and his coach are right there, ready for him. You had, I don't know how many players came out and said, that's not DeAndre's fault. Yes, he dropped a gimme touchdown. It was a terrible drop.
It was garbage drop.
Terrible drop. You can't do that. But they have a plan with Swift. They love the guy in practice. I'm all in on DeAndre Swift this year. Even with AP, I think Swift is going to take over.
He was a beast in college, so I don't see why not.
And the thing with Swift dropping that pass and now coming in this week, they're going to want him to bounce back. He's playing against Green Bay, so Green Bay's run defense wasn't great last week against Minnesota. So I'm gonna be in on Swift this week, starting him.
Yeah, I'm starting Joe Mixon this Thursday versus the Browns. He didn't really get anything going against that Chargers defense. Like I said before, that defense is the only thing that's going to keep him in games this year, I think. Tyrod Taylor's not looking too good. Eckler didn't really do too well. But I think Mixon's due for a big day, and the Browns are a dumpster fire as usual. They're getting shit on the chest, so they should just have a bad week again.
OBJ.
Shout out.
How about your sit-em at running back?
James Conner, man. He looks like garbage, too. It's just he has a high ankle sprain, or it looks like an ankle sprain, like he had last year. So he's not looking too good. He went out, I think, first or second quarter, and Benny Snell took over. And from that point, it was the Benny Snell show.
I agree.
And that Broncos defense is still pretty good without Von Miller in there. So they have some guys stepping up, which I think that'll limit the run. So you're going to have to see Big Ben air it out.
That's the thing. Derrick Henry didn't really look great.
He had 113, but on 31 carries.
Yeah, exactly. So, no one's going to get 31 carries if you're not Derrick Henry.
Exactly,
I'm going to sit David Johnson. I know he had a big week one against Kansas City. He looked like David Johnson of old.
He did.
But he's going against Baltimore.
Yeah, that Baltimore defense and that defensive line is sick.
It's the best defense in football. That team is so good. Nobody can get going on the ground.
No. Nick Chubb, one of the best running backs, couldn't do anything. Kareem Hunt couldn't do anything.
Sitting David Johnson.
All right, wide receivers. I'm starting Emmanuel Sanders. It's I mean, Michael Thomas is going to be out, so Drew Brees is looking for that number one receiver. And Emmanuel Sanders, he was a beast on Denver before he had the whole issues going on with the coaches and everything, not getting the ball
knee
enough.
Injuries.
Right.
Knee injuries.
Yeah. He started on Pittsburgh, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he was good for Big Ben back in the day. So I think him in that number one role is going to look good. With Drew Brees slinging it.
I like it. I'm going to start Jamison Crowder.
Great pick.
I'm going to go right back to that San Francisco game. Crowder looked good last week, drawing against the Buffalo defense. Buffalo's defense is much better than San Francisco, especially with Richard Sherman hitting the IR.
That's huge.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, honestly. So I'm all in on Crowder. He's going to have a huge game. I don't know about the yardage, but he's going to have 8 or more catches. So Crowder's my stardom. I'm going to actually sit Julian Edelman against Seattle.
I'm just so biased.
It's not, dude. It's not. Seattle's defense is, they played the Dolphins last
Bobby
week.
Wagner is going to be covering probably Julian Edelman.
He's going to be covering the middle of the field. So
and that's where Julian Edelman
They play that cover 3. They're going to make Cam Newton actually throw the ball.
Jamal Adams looks sick, too. So, I mean...
That's the thing. They're going to pound the box. They're not going to really allow Newton to run. I honestly don't think Cam Newton threw or completed a pass outside the numbers last week, which is honestly shocking. You talk about the zip and the arm strength he has, but I mean, if you're not throwing the ball outside of the numbers, how much arm strength do you really have?
I mean, dude, winners win, losers lose. That's all I can say. Pats are 1-0.
Sit Julian Edelman.
I'm going to be sitting Allen Robinson. All that drama that's going on in Chicago, I don't like it. Mitch Trubisky, they're going against who are they going against this week? I believe it is. Do you have that game?
Who, the
Bears?
Bears are playing Giants.
Yeah, it's what time is that? A Monday night game?
No, that's a 1:00 game. Yeah, Chicago though. So
I don't like Chicago's offense that too much. Other than Mitch Trubisky in that fourth quarter, which is huge. But Allen Robinson having all these problems this week, I don't think it's going to be working out.
The drama does scare me.
So, I mean, if this make or miss league, if you start acting up, you'll just get moved.
I agree.
Especially in Chicago, where I think Nagy's just sick of all the Chicago bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Pace might actually make a good move here and extend Allen Robinson, but
that's a doubt.
Ryan
Pace making good moves doesn't sound like it's Ryan Pace.
I mean, Trubisky was definitely the best quarterback in that draft.
That was the Deshaun Watson, Pat Mahomes draft, I believe.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. That's a huge miss right there. So, at tight end, I'm going to start Zach Ertz. Dallas Goedert went off last week. 8 catches, 100 yards, touchdown. Ertz is dealing with that contract dispute in Philly. But the one thing that I like about Ertz is the Dallas Goedert is going to draw more attention.
Right.
It's going to take more attention away from Zach Ertz. I mean, Zach Ertz is still going to be the number one priority for the defense at tight end. But you just got to keep in mind Dallas Goedert's good. Dallas Goedert is a great tight end.
Yeah, he's a starting tight end anywhere else, I think.
And Ertz had about 4 catches. He had that touchdown, but I think he had 19 yards. He's not going to do that every week. I'm starting Zach Ertz against the Rams this week.
I'm going to start O.J. Howard. He had a touchdown in that Bucs game last week, and Gronk doesn't look like Gronk.
Yeah, Gronk's...
Everyone lied to us. Everyone lied to us.
Oh, yeah.
I mean he's still good in the run, but he caught, 2 passes, 1 pass?
Yeah, he just looks slow.
Yeah, he didn't look like MVP.
He looks like a retired
player that came out of retirement and started playing the game again.
So, who are you going to sit at tight end?
Your man, George Kittle. That knee sprain, he's not going to be practicing all week, but he's still going to be playing. I just would stay away from that situation altogether.
All right. I'm going to sit Noah Fant.
He had a big week last week.
He had a monster week. Noah Fant actually gets to play the phenomenal Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah,
I sat Evan Ingram against the Steelers, which worked out perfectly.
Screwed me in fantasy. He had 1 catch, 9 yards. Dropped a touchdown. Dropped a wide open ball. Yeah, that Pittsburgh D is disgusting.
I'm going to stick to the trend and not start a tight end against Pittsburgh. So I am not starting Noah Fant.
I like it.
We're going to answer a few questions for you guys. So
Q&A.
Once Tyler's ready, we'll start throwing them at you guys.
All right. We got our first one. With the Giants' clear O-line struggles, again, what's the realistic expectations for New York's skill players?
I don't like Saquon this season. It's going to be tough with getting anything out of that backfield. I mean, I'd look at that wide receiver, Darius Slayton. He was really good. Sterling Shepard's a really good offensive player for them. He's going to get a lot of catches.
And Tate when he's back.
Right. Yeah, I think he might be back this week. And, I mean, Evan Ingram didn't have the best week one, but still, whatever Danny Dimes can throw to, that's who you're going to want to look for. I would stay out of that run game this year. And he's just going to have to get the ball out way too quick.
The only thing I like about Saquon, honestly, is that he's got the breakout potential. I mean,
right.
he can catch that screen and take it 90 yards anytime. He can get a run, break 2 tackles in the backfield, and take it 20.
Yeah, I mean, that Steelers defense, you're not going to go up against the Steelers defense every week.
Yeah.
But that Giants offensive line is garbage.
The line looks terrible. Again, they play Washington twice this year. Washington's defensive line looked phenomenal with 8 sacks against Philly. The Giants and Philly, honestly, are pretty similar with their offensive line. So
yeah, they both suck.
I'm not really buying into anyone on the Giants. I like Slayton. I like Saquon. But other than them two, I'm out on that team.
3-13.
All right. That last question, by the way, was from Jake Mills, just so he gets the credit.
Oh, Jake Mills, you showed up once. Attaboy, kid. Attaboy.
Next question from Brandon Bicknell. Says, James Conner or DeAndre Swift for week 2?
DeAndre Swift. I'm not touching James Conner. He's my sit. He's got an ankle sprain. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look like he's meshing in that offense week 1. I am staying away from James Conner.
Swift. You guys heard what I said about Swift on my stardom. I'm all over DeAndre Swift. If you can get Swift in a league, go get him. He's going to be the beast in that backfield this year. All over DeAndre Swift. If Connor plays, I'm still going DeAndre Swift either way.
Yeah, same.
Okay, this next one's from Shane. It says, are you guys buying the hype around Cam Newton?
No.
Yes. Shut up. Yes. I mean, dude.
Nope.
Yeah, nobody thought Cam Newton would mesh with Bill Belichick. And what happened on Sunday? Cam Newton did Cam Newton things. 2 rushing touchdowns. Looked great in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
Only 170 yards. Wasn't a lot. Wasn't a lot. But, I mean, Pats are back, baby. Armageddon for 7. Am I right, Nate?
The one thing with the Pats, it's honestly not hard to hit an open receiver. I don't know how McDaniels does it, but he does draw up that play where he gets Edelman open. I mean, the ball Edelman even dropped. There was a receiver 5 yards behind him and about 10 yards in front of him.
So either way, yeah.
So Edelman, he's hitting an open target. That's not hard. Like I said, if he gets the ball outside of the numbers, maybe I'll start to believe in him. I also don't think Cam Newton's going to be running the ball 15 times a game.
I don't know. That looks like a run team now.
He looked good. I mean, Newton looked good, but is his body going to be able to hold up 15 carries each game? I don't think so.
Who has more rushing yards next week, Russell Wilson or Cam Newton?
Ooh.
Cam Newton all the way. I mean,
I'm going Newton. I mean, he can't throw the ball.
You're an idiot.
So.
Shut up.
Cam Newton.
All right. Speaking of the game against Seattle next week, we got a question from Jake Gaudette. Says, do you like Seattle's defense against the Pats this week?
Oh, yeah. Love it. Love them. That Seattle D is tough. I mean, he brought in huge names over the offseason. And
Jamal Adams is one of the best safeties in football.
He led the Seahawks in tackles last week. So he's going to be a beast. And that offense, you got a fumbler in N'Keal Harry, but still, you got Cam Newton, you got Julian Edelman. So it's not going to be a cakewalk. I mean, Malcolm Butler's still in Pete Carroll's head, Russell Wilson, the whole interception at the goal line. It'll be a tough game, but I think that defense might match up well against the Pats.
They just got to throw 8 in that box and make Newton throw the ball outside. Mm-hmm. If Newton can excel at that, then good for him. I mean, I'm not buying into Cam Newton's arm. I'm not buying into the Patriots' offense this year. N'Keal Harry is going to find a way to get himself cut. I mean, every time you give that guy the ball, he's
dropping it. He's dropping it, dude.
I mean, it's insane. They try and make N'Keal Harry so good. Mm-hmm. They drafted him in the first round pick. So every single week, they're like, let's do something to make Harry look good. Mm-hmm. They're going to do jet sweeps, end arounds, throw a screen.
Fumble.
Yeah, he's going to drop passes. He's going to fumble the ball. not even going to get open. No, all over that Seattle defense.
Mm.
All right, this next one is from Brian McGinn.
Mm.
Says, wants to know who your early buy low, sell high candidates are.
All right. So I got 2 buy lows. I would, after Evan Ingram's awful week 1. I mean, I bet you could buy him pretty low right now. He's just going to keep. I think he was a great tight end when healthy. He's a huge red zone threat.
Yep.
So I mean, that's just points all day. And Joe Mixon, who had an awful week for week 1 against the Chargers. I think he's gonna lead, or he'll be top 5 in AFC rushing yards at the end of the year.
I'm buying in on Cam Akers.
Mm-hmm.
That's McVay's guy. I mean, he. I think Malcolm Brown had 3 more carries than Akers. So
yeah, I mean, he overproduced like hell, but
once you let Akers learn that playbook, get comfortable in the NFL, Akers is gonna take off. Buying Cam Akers. I'm gonna go Carlos Hyde. Hyde led the Seahawks in goal line carries this week, so
he's gonna be a goal line monster.
I like Hyde this
whole
week.
year.
And then I'm gonna go Myles Gaskin from Miami as a shocking, like a sleeper.
Deep sleeper.
Gaskin played 62% of snaps in Miami, so if they can get any production out of that running back position, I believe it's going to come from Myles Gaskin.
What about Jordan? Jordan Howard looked like garbage, actually. Yeah,
Exactly.
you're right.
So I'm going to sell high Dallas Goedert. Like I said earlier, I don't think Goddard's just going to be able to do that all year. As good as he is, he's not a tight end 1 yet. So I'm going to sell Goddard while you can. I'm actually going to sell Austin Eckler.
Fitman.
I mean, that's not a popular pick right there, but Eckler had 1 target last week.
Yeah, he didn't look
so
good. That Josh Kelly kid's a beast.
Exactly. I'm selling Eckler while you can before it gets too late.
I got 1 sell. It's Malcolm Brown. I mean, he had a beast of a week. You can sell him high. Like I said, or like we both said, Cam Akers is going to take that job by week 4, week 5. So we might as well use your $40 that you spent on Malcolm Brown and just get him out of there. Someone good.
Buy Cam Akers, sell Malcolm Brown.
Big time.
Okay, we got another one that says, what are your thoughts on the Redskins' dominant defensive performance against Philly?
Correction, Washington football team.
Yep. Can't say that, Tyler. Come on now. Should know better. But that Washington defense is all right. I'll give it to them, but I think Philly just sucks way more. They garbage. I mean, Philly should be just burnt to the ground. Garbage city, garbage team, everything garbage about Philly.
I mean, Lane Johnson's hurt. I mean, hopefully he can play this week for Philly.
Yeah.
I don't think Lane Johnson's going to make that big of a difference.
Bang, bang, burn, gang.
Chase Young is a beast.
Yeah, he had 2.5 sacks, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna get 15 sacks this year. So I like 15 sacks from Chase Young. I like Washington in the pass defense. They're gonna get a lot of sacks, but I think it's more about Philly and their poor offensive line than it is for Washington being great.
Philly sucks.
All right, we touched on this earlier, but it says level of concern for Clyde Edwards-Helaire going 0 for 6 on touches in the red zone.
And you hate to see that, Fran, right?
Honestly, yes, but I'm not concerned. The thing with Clyde Edwards-Helaire is he may be short, but Edwards-Helaire weighs 210 pounds. He got all of the goal line carries this week, so Andy Reid trusts him.
Over 6.
Andy Reid trusts him.
Can't convert running the ball on the goal line, but good thing
he's also going against Houston, who has moved J.J. Watt in the middle. So that's a tough front seven to go against. The thing that I don't really worry about with Edwards-Helaire is you take Edwards-Helaire out and you put Darrell Williams in, another LSU kid, Darrell Williams. If you put him in, he has 3 touchdowns in his career,
LSU,
and he weighs 215.
LSU.
He's not much bigger than Edwards-Helaire is. I mean, if you're not giving it to Edwards-Helaire, you're probably passing the ball.
I'd honestly just give it to Pat Mahomes and make him make a play, but that's just me, man.
Protect that man.
He got paid.
Not concerned about it.
All right, we got Cole Beasley against Miami or Jerry Jeudy against the Steelers.
Jerry Jeudy. He looks sick. Monday night, he looks fast. He looks big. He looks strong. He's going to have a great career with Drew Lock over there in Denver as long as he stays healthy.
Game script is going to be Pittsburgh winning the game. Denver's going to have to throw.
Mm-hmm.
As much as the Giants struggled on the ground, they did throw the ball pretty well, minus his interception. But Slayton had a big game. I think Judy can do the same. I'm going to take Jared Judy.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's fast as hell. And if Cortland Sutton comes back, there's just more targets for him because Cortland's going to be dominated.
Drawing more coverage, exactly.
Yep.
All right, last one is from Austin Pittman.
Ooh.
It's actually more of a statement towards our co-host Dave. This is Dave, how does it feel to be so right about Hines pre-draft and then lose him to the future champ?
All right. The Bald Bandit. You talk a lot. But Austin Eckler sucks. Your hairline sucks. And Naheem Hines is going to lose the job by week 4. So I'm not worried at all. And the future champion is myself. So I don't know what you mean there. Thank you.
Alrighty, so that's going to wrap it up for our questions.
Week 2 preview.
Yeah, we're going to go week 2 preview. We're just, honestly, we went through...
What were the records last week for picks?
I believe...
Who was first?
You, Dave. I believe you were 6-3. I was actually 3-6.
That's garbage.
Tyler was 4-5.
Also bad.
So Dave is in first place after week 1. So let's head right into week 2.
Looks about right.
I'm going to start us off with the game of the week.
Yeah.
Dave, it's going to be yourself, actually.
Look at that. I mean, dude, everyone wants to see the kid in here, huh?
The thing is my game of the week is Nation of Domination versus Tank of Trevor. It's a championship rematch in week 2.
Which I smoked Romano.
So, Dave, who are you taking that week? That game.
You know, it's going to be a tough one for Nation of Domination, but I really think he has the grittiness and, he just really understands what it means to be a fantasy football guru. He makes the right moves every week. He makes the waiver wire pickups every week. I mean, God damn it, his name is on the trophy. Same with Romano's, but his name is on it earlier. Right here, 2019, baby. It's going to be me all day.
Alrighty. That's a tough matchup. It is.
Yeah, for Romano, it's a tough matchup.
I'm going Tank for Trevor.
That's why you were 3-6 and I'm 6-3. What can I say? Fran's an idiot. Tyler, who you got?
I'm going to have to go with Tank for Trevor.
All right, so basically what's going on here, boys, is a little bit of conspiracy against me, the former champion.
Well, I would just like to point out that I just saw something over here in the chat. It says, you just said that you make the right moves every week, yet you lost week 1. So
Did you really say that?
Yeah.
Wow, I'll talk to you at the end.
Alrighty, so pour one out for Mahomes versus Suck My Fits. I'm going Mahomes.
Yeah, me too. I mean, Mills sucks. But pour one out for Mahomes is our number 1 ranking right now.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to be.
He's got a beast team.
I said Mills is winning 1 game. It is not this one.
I think Mahomes didn't even do really that good last week, so wait for him to have one of those Mahomes-esque nights.
Me and Dave got Mahomes. Tyler, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Mahomes. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't go against Pat Mahomes.
Alrighty.
He's too good.
3 for 3. SJ Knights takes on Chubby Hunters. I got SJ Knights.
Yep.
Honestly, I was looking at his team earlier today. It's
pretty sick.
It's a lot better than I thought it was.
I think Chubby Hunters might lose every game this year.
We'll see. I mean, I don't think that's been done in this league yet. So
no, I don't think it has.
That'd be an incredible feat. I'm gonna go SJ Knights.
Yeah, I'm also SJ Knights. That team it looks sick. I mean, Russell Wilson's a beast, and Chubby Hunters doesn't really have too much.
Well, I guess I'll go with the underdog then.
Hey, there you go. Give him a pick.
So we got 69ers versus Sweaty Punt. 69ers. Sorry, Sean.
Yeah. Sean, Tyler's team's just sick. I mean, what can I say? Not even boosting him up. It's just Tyreek kills him. He's a true beater. I mean, a true winner.
I'm going to go with the 69ers this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're winning the championship.
Bro, that's crazy. I would never expected that.
So we got Rated X and Straight Cash Homie. That's a great matchup.
I think Bryce is just going to shave the hell out of Pittman this week, just wax him up, get him nice and clean. Game over real quick.
I'm going to go Rated X. I mean, he beat me last week.
Devontae Adams, Derrick Henry, Josh Allen.
He beat me last week. He's not losing this week. Rated X.
No, he's gone. He's losing.
I'm going to go with Straight Cash Homie.
Right, dude? That team is sick.
Yeah, people are sleeping on him. He's got a sick team. So.
But it's Bryce. And he drafts Sony Michel, so you never know.
Sony Michel might have a big week. You never know.
No, I know he won't. I know he won't.
Sony Michel's waiting for that breakout week. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he had in college.
Yeah.
Sony Michel's been waiting 3 years now.
He sucks. Give me who's that Williams kid?
JJ Taylor.
Yeah, give me JJ
Little
Taylor.
Dion, baby.
Yeah, give me JJ Taylor.
He looks quick. He looked
real fast.
He's gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
He's
no shit.
not big enough.
Well,
Scorpio versus Armageddon for 7.
I mean,
I like Scorpio.
I like Scorpio too. You know,
Brady's gonna bounce back.
Yeah, Brady's gonna bounce back, beat the hell out of Nate. He's gonna go 0-2, and
we had Nate number 1 in our power rankings. Honestly, how sweet would it be if Tom Brady beats Nate?
Yeah, and your dad. So it's
exactly.
it's all perfect.
Yeah. Screw you, Nate. You're losing.
Yeah, Nate loses.
Wait, so can you tell me, has Armageddon for 7 picked up a tight end yet?
No.
I think he picked up 4.
No, he
dropped 3.
Picked up David Njoku, IR, 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's gonna be starting.
It's got to start Jonnu Smith.
I think it's Jonnu Smith. It is. He also has Logan Thomas on his bench, so
Yeah.
I mean he kind of went a little crazy and said tight end click.
Yeah,
click,
he
click.
was.
Well, I mean, he is a tight end away from a championship. So,
Bro,
he's still a tight
so
end
I want to
away.
go with Scorpio on this.
Yeah, 100%. Nate, sorry, bud.
Team Haas versus It Hurts When I Pee.
Yeah, it hurts when I pee. Haas, your team, again, looks like the Dolphins. It's not looking good. Looks injured. Looks gross. I don't like it.
I'm going Haas.
Really?
Yep. I think he's going to pick up his first career win in this league, so I'm
First
taking
career
Haas.
win. Maybe he just goes 0-12. He never gets a win.
Maybe 0-13. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take Haas with this one.
You're taking Haas?
Yeah, I'm taking Haas, yeah.
Alrighty, we got
Boy, Jacob. Jacob's getting the underdog treatment here. I got you, Jacob. I'm on your side.
Morning Wood versus Nuck If You Buck. Nuck If You Buck. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Morning Wood had a good
Braden's-
week last week.
Yeah,
He still would have lost if he played him, but
I'm going Nuck if you buck.
yeah, I'm going Nuck If You Buck.
You know what? I'm going Morningwood then. Screw you, Fran. You're gonna take it.
I'm gonna have to go with Morningwood on this one,
Yeah,
just
you stuck
because
with the winner.
last
You're
week,
right.
he put up
Sick
he
week.
almost took me down. My team had like 9 touchdowns and he almost beat me. So
Yeah, you got lucky.
I did. DeAndre Swift dropped that.
Oh
If
my
he
god!
catches that,
Yeah, that
I
would
lose.
have been
If
it.
he
That would have
catches
been it.
that, I
That
lose.
would
That
have
is crazy.
So
So
think about
shit.
it.
to round out our week 2 preview is
2 worst teams.
Discount Belichick and the franchise.
I like Jake's. I like Jake's team. I mean, I don't think you'll ever win, Fran. That's okay.
We'll see how Galladay.
Jake beat me last week, and you don't have George Kittle this week.
We'll see
Probably
how-
not Galladay.
Exactly.
So.
So we're gonna see how Galladay and Kittle do.
I think Jerry Judy's gonna be sick.
Keeping an eye out on those two. I'm actually gonna have a locker room meeting before the games on Sunday. I gotta hype these guys up. Injury riddled franchise. I'm taking them, baby. Franchise for the dub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I
Just take your brother.
I gotta keep it in the family.
Yeah.
Discount Belichick.
Did you just hear what he
He's taking a
said?
dub, yeah.
Jake's an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, Fran's an idiot, dude.
Can't count against yourself, man.
Yeah, you can when. Oh, Francis.
Alrighty, guys.
We'll
So,
learn.
thank you again for checking in today.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, follow us and like us on Twitch, and and Instagram.
Instagram at 508 Association.
Yes, sir. Have a good week.
All of those handles.
Win those matchups.
Yeah, let's go.
Thanks for listening to the 508 Power Hour. Make sure to hit that follow button on Twitch and hit subscribe on YouTube at 508 Association.